real bad fire hazard. That's why I rake these up every year. Actually, a couple times a year I have to do it because you wouldn't want your yard doing this, and then it could. Now you can see I've got all my pines trimmed up like this one, so they're way up. So I shouldn't get any crown fires or whatever they call them, where it jumps from the ground to the tree canopy. So anyways, just things to think about. Pine trees are beautiful trees, but they do have a lot of drawbacks, like those pine needles they put off twice a year that pretty much cover your yard. I can't remember how many we have. We have over 40 pine trees on our property here, and they let loose every time. So before my mow, or before I do anything else related to mowing, I have to come out here and clean all this stuff up. And I'll kind of show you. I'll walk back here and show you what it looks like before I started. Another downside I just saw one is these green pine cones. You hit those with your lawnmower and you can just hear it go clunk, and you know it's not good for your blades. But yeah, all back behind my shop back here, it's just blanketed, and it might not look that bad. You can see just that little spot there didn't even look too bad, pulled up that much. So there's quite a bit of it, a lot of fuel on the ground. And if the weather was right, sometimes I burn them straight on the ground, but not near the trees. So that's why I'm burning them down here, kind of an open area. But yeah, just some things to think about if you're going to plant some pine trees, or if you're going to buy a property that has pine trees all around it. They're not very common here in the south, where this part of the country I'm in, and the previous owners planted them. Knowing what I know now, I'd have never planted so many. I do love them, but I'd have never planted so many, and I wouldn't have planted them so close together. They've got them about probably 20 feet apart, and they should have went more. You can see here's a couple of them, and the ice storms have killed a couple of them along the way, but they kind of go on the inside around my property line. It's kind of nice because I love hearing them sway in the wind and stuff like that. There's a lot of good things about the pines. They smell wonderful. But they put off a heck of a lot of pine cones, and they're real brittle. So anytime we get an ice storm here, it leaves my yard just littered with this stuff. And of course you can't mow over that. The little bitty tiny ones you can, but not these bigger ones. You got to pick them all up. So that's what we're up to right now. And it's a lot of work and a lot of smoke. This is about probably day 4, I guess, or maybe 5 on burning. So we have to do it all pretty early in the year because it gets real dry here. Sometimes we have wildfires here, so I like to be ahead of the game. So it's just something to think about if you're looking at planting trees and stuff. Pine trees, while they're beautiful and they have a lot of advantages, there's quite a few disadvantages too, so you may want to do your homework on that. Look at all the energy in those pine needles. Just doing a little spring cleanup here on the homestead. Thought I'd give you guys a shot of what I'm working on. I got a whole bunch of pine needles because I got a whole bunch of pine trees. And I've gotten pretty much this section of the yard taken care of. I like to use it for mulch around the trees there. It's great for that. You know, I figure, hey, in nature, nobody'd be picking the stuff up. So I pile it up in between the trees there. And I think it looks nice against the green when the yard greens up. But if you leave these pine needles all over the ground, they were blanketing this whole area. And if you leave them there, it'll kill your grass. So I'm trying to get off to a good start here. You got to keep stirring these things. Keep releasing that heat. And they're a little wet right now too. Normally they go up like a match. You know, they burn really hot and really fast. When you stir them, it releases a whole bunch of heat. I've often wondered how you could, if I could figure out a way to, you know, make these into biomass logs or something and burn them in the wood stove. But they put off so much of that yellow pine smoke. I don't know that it would be good for your, probably wouldn't be good for your chimney. But look at that. Trust me, it's hot. All right, guys, appreciate you stopping by. And if you would, hit that thumbs up. If you've never been to this channel before, go ahead and look around a little bit. If you like it, hit the subscribe. All right, we'll see you next time.